If I knew it would be better for me, I would trade out my camera for a gun, my bicycle for a horse, and my car for a carriage. No problem. But that would work against the things I want and kind of need to do. Alright, I just finished Cherokee by Clayton Porter, and it was published in 1984. It's a part of the White Indian series, and there's several of these books. it's book 10 of that. I got this for free, I think at a friend's of the library, and it's like, I don't know what the stories were before, and there's talk of, he didn't really spend a lot of time catching the reader up on what was happening before. I get the impression that there was like a grandfather who did a lot of great things. He gives a little preview at the end for the following book. I guess these characters in this book have more challenges to face, more surprises. I learned a lot about the Indians in this book, but I believe, this is published in '84. I believe there's a little Western influence on how we perceive the Indians to believe, because there isn't exactly accurate historical record of how the Indians lived. So you're going to use your own judgment when you write these books. I don't know the background of this guy, this author. He tells a very believable tale though on how the Indians fought the wars. This is a time period just after the Revolutionary War, that 1777. So, and they had contact with the General Washington. They even bring up Daniel Boone, one of the famous pioneer guys back in that time too, and the Indians that helped Washington defeat the British were not the Seneca. I think they were the Cherokee and maybe another one. Not the Choctaw. The Choctaw fought with the British. And there was this British agent who we're searching for in this book, all throughout the book. And then towards the end, we get to him. So his name is Simpson, I believe. And he was like trying to sell Indians on the cause for the British, trying to convert the Indians, like the Choctaw were converted, to fight against the American settlers. And George Washington personally put a bounty on his head. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it makes sense. There's a lot that makes sense. There's a lot that doesn't make sense. For example, towards the end, this is my most recent memory, they talk about the tradition of marriage with the Indians, and they're trying to make it sound like it's similar to the American ways. Now these Indians, they have many of them have experience with the pioneers, so they learned a lot from the pioneers. They still refer to many gods, so they're not, the Indians at this time weren't exactly full converts of Christianity. They had their own religion, but I mean, based upon what I've read about the Indians, maybe more the early Indians, they didn't exactly follow the conscripts of marriage very closely, and they're talking about chastity and being faithful to a woman, and there in the beginning, actually, now I'm going back to the beginning. There's a lot of controversy. Oh my God, I forgot her name. The girl, Ina, she wanted to be a scout, and she would just start scouting, and that was a man's job, but she eventually fell into it, and she had like a half breed. There's a lot of it refers to quite a few half breeds in here, but she lost a lover, and then it took her a while to develop a love for a new guy who's very smitten by her. But yeah, overall the book is great. I have to highly recommend it. The whole series, I bet, is pretty good. If you got the time to read this, at least.